Let's imagine something for a second. You wake up one morning and everything feels the same. Same room, same routine, same doubts. You scroll through your feed and you see someone else winning, launching something, traveling somewhere, posting their before and after. And a quiet voice in your head whispers, when is it gonna be my turn? You promised yourself, this week is gonna be different. You'll start waking up earlier. You'll eat clean, go to the gym, post content, do everything right. Monday comes, you crush it. Tuesday, you're on fire. By Thursday, you're tired. And by Friday, you feel like you're back to square one. Does that sound familiar? It's because you were chasing a leap, when real transformation only asks for 1%. We romanticize massive change. We think that growth has to feel heroic. But the truth is, real growth feels boring. It's drinking water when you don't want to. It's writing one paragraph when you'd rather scroll. It's choosing to go again when no one's watching. 1% better isn't sexy, it's invisible. But invisible doesn't mean insignificant. Every tiny action compounds, and over time, it rewires your identity. That's how you build confidence, not by shouting affirmations into the mirror, but by proving through repetition that you can be trusted. Most people never change because they can't feel the progress fast enough. They mistake the lack of visible results for failure and quit before the compounding kicks in. They start diets, businesses, morning routines, but give up when the dopamine wears off. But true mastery feels monotonous. Progress hides in repetition. The gym doesn't work in 3 days. Posting one video doesn't build a brand. Showing up once doesn't rewrite your identity. You can't skip the invisible season because that's where your foundation is built. Here's the wild part. If you get 1% better every single day for a year, you're almost 38 times better by the end of it. That's not motivation, that's math. And you see it everywhere in people you admire. Think about Kobe Bryant. He wasn't great because he trained harder once. He was great because he trained longer, because he treated every practice like the playoffs. He showed up at 4 a.m. while everyone was asleep, not because he had to, but because he knew that 1 hour every day would compound into something unstoppable over time. Or take J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she spent 7 years writing it in cafes, on napkins, as a single mother, while being rejected 12 times. But every rejection letter was another rep, every rewrite, another 1%. And that quiet persistence turned a small idea into a world that changed generations. You don't have to move mountains, you just have to move consistently. Because the person who moves 1% a day will always outgrow the person who sprints once a month. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you cast a vote for the person you are becoming. That's how Serena Williams built her empire. Not through one big win, but by showing up day after day. Even when her body hurt, even when the world doubted her. Every practice session, every recovery, every match she finished was a vote for the identity of, I'm an athlete who finishes. Or look at James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He didn't write one viral book and call it a day. He built a system of small, consistent actions that reflected who he wanted to be. A person who creates useful and timeless work. His success wasn't born from perfection, his success was born from alignment. That's the real game. It's not about being the best, it's being better than your last version. You and I both know we were raised on highlight reels. Schools graded performance, not progress. Social media rewards outcomes, not effort. So we learned to sprint for validation instead of walk towards evolution. There's something I find super interesting from some of the most successful people I've ever met, and it's that they don't chase highs, they master lows. They learn how to keep moving when no one's clapping. Look at Mr. Beast. Before 215 million subscribers, he spent 5 years posting videos that barely cracked 100 views. He obsessed over how to make each one 1% better. Better editing, better pacing, better storytelling. He studied analytics like an athlete studies tape. Now his consistency is being studied like an MBA case study. Or think about Taylor Swift. She did not reinvent herself overnight. She evolved one era at a time. Each album was a 1% shift in sound, message, and maturity. You can literally trace her growth by how her music changed with her life. That's what compounding artistry looks like.
Hello.
Wait.
Hello.
Lada, I have a question to ask you.
Yeah, of course.
What does getting 1% better mean to you?
For example, I'm doing a YouTube video. We had a meeting with my potential videographer. And I told him, okay, I made the French dress. I made a chocolate dress. And right now I want to make 3 dresses out of pasta, meat. I told him, okay, how can I do better than the previous video? I can give a prize. I can do 3 videos instead of 1. And I can also invite some judges.
I love that.
because motivation lasts like in 2 days, but habits and this rule of 1% better, it's actually that creates a real progress.
My last question to you is, what makes you bold?
If I'm not bold, I'm not living. And when people call me crazy, I feel alive. And I love feeling alive.
If someone calls you crazy, take it as a compliment.
It's like beautiful, sexy. It's not compliments, it's bullshit. When someone calls me crazy, I'm like, man, you are my man. Let's go on a freaking date.
Also, Lada is single, so if you are bold and
If you want to call me crazy, let's go, guys. I'm open.
okay, I love it. All right, get out of here. So I've been learning 1% better too. After 22 days of YouTube, I've finally established a routine that I trust to work consistently. Filming every day at 4 p.m., editing at 5 a.m., and posting by 7 a.m. No matter what. Now look, that rhythm took me 2 weeks of brutal and frustrating trial and error. Like, imagine trying to get your body to wake up at 4:30 a.m. I wouldn't wish it upon my greatest enemy. This is the only thing that works for me because I also run a company and I need my days to be focused on my company. So there's no real room for this side project to exist between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. But now that it's locked in, my next 1% better is something smaller, something most people overlook: my thumbnails. Something as simple as an image can impact 80% of my reach on this platform. So this week, I'm focusing on that, creating a system to make them better and faster. And they don't have to be perfect right now. They just have to be 1% better than letting YouTube pick it for me. Because that's what 1% looks like in real life. It's not glamorous, it's not viral, it's just intentional. So here are 4 easy steps for you to get 1% better today. Step 1 is pick something you can control today. Not 10, just 1. That's what James Clear calls habit scaling. When he started his newsletter, he wasn't trying to write a bestseller. He just wrote 2 essays a week consistently. And those essays became Atomic Habits, one of the best-selling books of all time. One action done repeatedly creates proof, and proof builds identity. Step 2. Measure consistency, not intensity. Think about David Goggins. He doesn't run ultramarathons because of hype. He runs because it's who he is now. His power doesn't come from bursts of motivation. It comes from the decision to not skip the reps. The wins stack because he never stops showing up. Step 3, design friction out of your life. That's what Marie Kondo did. She didn't tell people to become minimalists overnight. She gave them one question. Does this spark joy? One decision repeated over and over changes how millions of people live. So make progress easy, not heroic. And step 4 is pretty obvious, but celebrate your micro wins. Serena Williams didn't celebrate trophies only. She celebrated recoveries, practices, and routines that no one saw. You can do the same. Acknowledge the small moves and you'll keep the engine running.
Can I get a photo with you? Hello.
Daniel, I have a trick question for you.
Yes.
Well, it's not really tricky, but let's see if you'll handle this. What is one thing that you've been doing differently that has made your life 1% better?
I've been saying make a move a lot lately, and it has made my life tremendously better. And I've been saying yes a lot.
What does make a move mean?
Make a move means celebrating small wins. Whenever something good happens, we make a move. And when I say make a move, you say yes.
Okay, let's test it out.
Make a move.
Yes.
Give me a motion. Make a move.
Yes.
Make a move.
Yes. I love it. That's actually great. It's like having your own mantra.
Yes.
Time's up. You're out.
All right.
So here's my bold question for you today. What if this week you stopped trying to change your life and started to change your day? What if you stopped sprinting and just committed to stacking small wins day after day after day? Because the person you admire, the one with discipline, peace, and momentum, weren't born like that. They built it 1% at a time. So here's today's bold action. Pick one area in your life that feels stuck, your body, your business, your relationships, and ask yourself, what would 1% better look like today? Then do that. Not next week, not when you feel ready, do it today. Because 1% better today beats 100% perfect tomorrow. And you can trust me on that. And one day, someone will look at you and call it overnight success. They won't see the early mornings, the small habits, the daily choices. They'll just see who you've become. So when it feels slow, when it feels invisible, when it feels like nothing's working, remember this. You're not behind, you're compounding. That's what it means to get 1% better. That's what it means to live bold. So this is day 22 out of 100 bold. And I really appreciate you being part of this journey. And if you ever have any feedback by all means, my DMs are open. I'm here to get 1% better. And my first step towards that are my thumbnails. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. And remember, to act bold, you need to be kid brave again.